First off, shout out to Mappa for just really enjoying putting together beautiful scenes of people just chilling in the kitchen. Last season it was Chainsaw Man, now Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, come on guys. You guys are treating us too much. And yes, we are back with exhausted reviews, where I'm exhausted and I make reviews. And I just got done watching Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, and boy, let me tell you, I know I was a little middling on the show yesterday, or last week, but I forgot something very important that you can't forget when it comes to Jujutsu Kaisen. And that's let Gege cook. They were cooking this episode. I cannot tell a lie. They were definitely cooking. So we started off with, basically we have a whole international war going on against this girl. The whole plan is they're sending a bunch of people to fight this girl. She is the vessel for the power that will, she's the vessel for the power that will keep the barriers around the schools open. So we learned there's a group called Q, which is very funny if you know anything about what's going on in America right now. So Q is here, and we've also gotten Q members retiring too after getting embarrassed. Imagine that. So what ends up happening is that this is actually they mention his last name later in the episode, but they definitely confirm it here that this guy right here, the main guy who's trying to basically destroy and kill our main guy, this little girl, and even Gojo to a certain extent. They're definitely talking about Gojo, because this whole episode is them saying like, hey, can you beat Gojo? And he's like, maybe, probably. We just have to send like a bunch of people at him. So they make the plan to just send they put a hit out on that girl, and they're just trying to wear them down. This guy is actually, and this evil man is Megumi's dad. You don't realize that until he says, how's Megumi? And this man right here takes like, literally, like, bro literally sits here for like 5 minutes being like, wait, who is that? Being like, who is that, bro? Bro's literally sitting here for like, honestly crazy. I love when my keyboard decides not to work. But yeah, so the new opening, I watched it. It's very good, very action heavy, very cool. I'm definitely digging it. And I'm digging her personality too. Although she is kind of an idiot. I mean, I understand her wanting to like go back to school and stuff. Her wanting to like spend the last days of her life. I mean, I get it. But at the same time, like, there are people coming after you, and someone literally already blew up like your hotel rooms. So maybe you shouldn't go to school. That's just my hot take. Maybe staying inside is probably the best thing to do in that situation. But no, the higher ups say just to do whatever she wants. Like, this little actual child knows better for herself in this situation than bro. Like, it really, and this is a lot of bad stuff has happened now, because now they got the hit out on her. And so, this is actually fun. I like the art style they did here of like, what if my friends see you? There we go. Now my arrow key started to work again. And then the same art style comes back. We get this guy, man, on the phone right here. This dude is like a straight up menace. He's like playing with his food. He's trying to like literally murder children. He knocks this guy over. Doesn't even say anything. The guy's like, hey, stop. And bro pulls up and squats in front of him. Like, what? Nigga, do something. Do something, bro. He says, do something. Then he gets up, grabs a cup of tea. Bro, look at them doing this again. Showing these beautiful scenes of people just grabbing, like, randomly grabbing drinks. And then everyone sits, and then he literally sits back down and just enjoys the rest of his scene. With 2 sticks. I'm guessing that's like a metaphor for Geto and Gojo. And shout out to Gojo. Has he found the girls yet? Because Geto is out here putting in work, getting into a whole ass fight with this dude right here who has a whole ass backstory. He's over here scheming. Bro literally has so many action panels of like him thinking, has a whole ass thought process, inner monologue, scheming. This is my plan. It's gonna be easy. and then he gets immediately eaten by a worm, just to break through the window, and then literally hallucinate. Literally starts hallucinating that his dog is there, and has a whole ass like Demon Slayer backstory moment where he remembers back on his life and is like, man, you know, my parents never liked me, but at least my dog was here for me, you know? I got that dog with me. I haven't seen you since you died. Wait a minute. And he's like, oh, I'm dead. And my man, first off, 2 words do not exist to my man Geto. These 2 words are not real. Elder abuse. Look at the punishment he does in this, man. It's disgusting. It's brutal. It's horrifying. I mean, yeah, the old man came at him with a knife, but dang, like, he is smack. Oh my god, it's just like, it's just hands. That's what I like about this show. That's what everyone likes about this show, is that when they fight, it's just hands. It's mostly just hands. I mean, there is some, when they get in like the fist fight, you know, of course they'll do like curse techniques and stuff, but when they get into a fist fight, they get into a fist fight. So we have Gojo walk in, and of course Gojo, being they bring back the funny art style, because Gojo, as we saw with Misa in the first season, is just like a freaking heartthrob for no reason, and he knows it, and he loves it, and his eyes are blue too. He really is quite a handsome young fella there. That Gojo, man, he's such a dreamboat. So yeah, everyone's just falling over him, and of course, what's her name is super embarrassed. And the teacher is like, all right, everyone, settle down. But, hey, Gojo, you know, here's my number. You know, just take that and, you know, call me. Call me when you want to get with a real woman, even though he's literally like 16. You know, Japan is a little weird with that kind of stuff. You know, Japan's a little weird. I'm not going to sit here and pretend Japan's not a little weird, okay? I think we can all agree to that. So we actually see that Broom Lady does have hands, and she is very adequate at hitting people in the nuts. She's pretty good too. And this whole thing is honestly hilarious, because like, she just wanted to go to school. She literally just wanted to go to school, and now there are hundreds of like, there's like a bunch of bounty hunters after them, and everyone just like kind of wants their turn. So it's cool that we get to see the scene of Gojo. Gojo finally explains his power. He fully explains it, like basically for the first time, and we see a lot of stuff with him. We see him like, he's like, so basically he creates infinite space and negative possibilities, so he can control, things can't touch him, but also he can bring things to him. So he can like infinitely decrease the space between him and a certain object, which is I think how he's able to like teleport through the wall. So the knives don't touch him, and he's able to use that force to literally like pull, to just travel across the infinity between him and that wall, and he fucking breaks the wall. And he's about to fire off red on this guy, and it's honestly kind of hilarious, because you think it goes off, and then it just sputters out. he has to sock him out cold. It's really funny, and the show really does a good job of balancing its humor with its action. This episode was pretty much all hands. I feel like there was a minor, well, except for the scenes with Fushiguro's dad, who's also Fushiguro. There was a little bit of action in the beginning. Oh wow, I guess it wasn't all action. It didn't really start till like 9 minutes in, and then it was mostly non-stop action from there, except for that one conversation with him. But yeah, honestly, I forgot, man. Let Gege cook. So the next episode, Hidden Inventory Part 3. I'm really excited, guys. Jujutsu Kaisen is definitely going to be one of the top shows for this season, but I recently did come across 2 other shows that I definitely want to talk about. That video is probably going to come out pretty soon, but the 2 more action shows, so I'm going to catch up to those, and hopefully, you know what, we'll give those their own videos. So Jujutsu Kaisen will have its videos, and we're going to be watching, I'm going to at least start Rurouni Kenshin and Undead Murder Farce. 2 very cool shows, definitely both samurai induced, inspired too. So if you like I mean, they're literally about samurai. Well, one's a samurai, one is like a half demon, half man but it's samurai era. A lot of cool stuff. Not as modern as Jujutsu Kaisen, but still. If you like Dororo, another Mappa show, I have a feeling you're gonna like these shows, so stick around, subscribe so you get notifications when those videos goes live, and leave a comment if there's any other shows you want me to check out this season. And yeah, have a beautiful day.